Hey guys, Predator here. Welcome back to Gold Rush the Game. Here we are for Season 2, Episode number 7, Day number 10. We're at Nighthawk Claim. Haven't started anything up yet, but everything's set up, ready to go. We'll quickly go in and show you the gold map. Now, I've just gone up and down in two strips. Now, over here is amazing. 6.71 ounces. 6.99 ounces. 6.8, 6.4, 6.8. 6.7, but the issue that I feel we're going to have here is 15 to 16 meters, so the first 6.5 meters gives you absolutely nothing. So you really need to dig deep to get to this. So it's something we're going to have to sort of start here and work our way back, just because the claim goes like flatter than pretty hilly just here, like in these areas. So, but here we've got 5.5s, 6s here. 5/8, nothing there of course. Not much here, but 395 is where I'm going to go and dig at. Pretty much already set up, ready to go. So what we're going to do is head down to here. We'll leave this running. Let's get our water pump started. If I can go to the right end, it'd be a good start. So that's on. Water's flowing through there nicely. So you want to turn on our duplex jig, trommel, D-rocker, conveyor belt, and conveyor belt container. That should be absolutely everything powered up, ready to go. Let's check and make sure. Yep, trommel's going, duplex jig's going, there's water flowing through everywhere, so that's what we need. Jump back in our truck and head down to our digger. So I had to fill up the drill. It's pretty empty. Which I don't think I disconnected it. It's like it's still connected. So we'll head down, turn this guy off. That's perfect parking for when we need to dig at night time. Start this guy up. Let's start loading our first truck. We're pretty much going to dig from here back. Try and get as deep as we can, of course. Can't see a thing there. Just trying to take like a thin layer off the top first. It's always a little bit easier if you take a thin layer off first. Still try and get full buckets, of course, but take a thin layer off. Go, awesome. Pretty excited to see what sort of gold we can get out of this claim. So I'm pretty much recording this video straight after the last one, so I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on buying the claim for $1 just yet, but hopefully you guys are going to be interested to see what we can make out of it. This kind of felt like if we didn't do it this way, we'd never get to Nighthawk Valley. It'd take us a very, very long time to get there, and me only releasing 1, maybe 2 episodes a week, it's yeah, it's going to take us months to get to where we need to go. So that's why I thought we should just do it this way and see what happens. So obviously I know our truck's full, but I always like to get our buckets set up ready for the next load. That way, when I bring this truck back, I know where I've got to park it. So hopefully it's not too much of a struggle to get up this hill. No, it's nice and flat. Don't know if we'll get that turn. We won't. Didn't think we'd make that turn. A little bit too sharp. So probably not going to get a great deal of gold out of our first clean out, because we're not that deep into the ground yet, into the good pay dirt. Go, first load in. So even with having it this way, I can just, you know, pretty much drive straight forward. Whoop. Go a little bit slower, might help. Drive straight forward, straight under the bucket. Park the truck there. Jump over, jump into here. And then I can just pretty much back the truck straight up that hill. Once again, I can't see a thing. Might need to turn it around. There we go. I need to start taking a little trim off the top again, closer back towards the digger. I'm just going to walk the digger straight backwards pretty much from where we are, because there's another decent payload behind us, or bit of pay dirt behind us. %67%. We should load him up pretty quick with him sitting right next to us, which is great. %78%, we should be 89, oh, even 90%. It's a good bucket, that one. They get to our 100, and then we'll grab another bucket as we always do. Make sure it's definitely full. Plonk it on top and then lift it up a little bit. Shut it down, jump in our truck. We can eventually get into it. Backing the whole way up this hill will work out fine. Can we see we've got 10%, so 10 truckloads. Straight back down towards the digger again and straight underneath the bucket. Shut him down. Could probably leave him running, but just to save fuel. Hopefully we'll still get a half decent clean out of this. Trying to make sure I'm getting a full bucket there and pressing all the wrong buttons. Let's go back to trying to dig deep. Try and get down to the good pay as quick as we can. Not sure if they reduce the bucket, like the size of the bucket or not, but it seems like we could scoop a lot more dirt out of the ground than what we are. I'd like to see us get another bigger excavator. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe just double the bucket size or something. So it takes like 5 buckets to fill the truck. That'll be pretty cool. Just to make the process a little bit quicker. Especially because it's a single player. If it was multiplayer, I'd be happy with taking this sort of amount of dirt out of the ground, but because you're doing everything by yourself, it just makes everything so much longer. Will that get us to 100%? 96, must have had a bad bucket in there somewhere. There we go. Make sure it's full again. Put it down, lift it up. I'll leave it running this time. But knowing me, I'll probably still get in it and press Press the button to start it because I've tried it before and I've always done the same thing. There we go. Tip him off. Straight back down, straight under the bucket again. It's probably not as good pay as the other. Oop, let's turn it off. There's a spot down there, but it's a lot closer, so you don't have to worry about a long drive from one end of the claim to the other, which works well. Keep digging down as deep as we can, try and get to this good pay straight away. Don't know if our first clean out's going to be great or just a bit like Arnold's claim or whatever, but we'll have to wait and see. Be interesting to even try the hog pan over here. Wonder what sort of gold that's got in it. So obviously I've only drilled one hole on each square, so the more holes you drill the better information you'll get out of each square, but I think drilling one hole you sort of get a pretty good idea whether it's worthwhile digging in that area or not. Some pretty poor areas that I've found already, so I think digging a second hole you're only going to realise that it is a really bad spot. The first hole that you drilled wasn't lying. Oh, just jump out, I don't need to turn it off. It's camera 3. Oh, we'll just run over one of our stakes. Not the stakes that I like. A peg, I should say. Just jump out while that's happening and run around here and have a look. We're at 30-odd%. So it's still filling up pretty well. That should be 8 or 9 truckloads. Now I'm not sure if you get a better pay dirt area if it takes less time for it to fill up those gold mats. I can only assume it would, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's keep digging this one little corner out. %. So you get it a good enough bucket. It only takes 9 buckets to fill the truck. So I'm not sure how many buckets it will take to fill the truck if you're using the loader. The loader should obviously get a lot more out of the ground than the digger does. It's got a much bigger bucket on it. I'm not sure if it'd be a good idea to get the loader and use it to try and get a little bit deeper to build a ramp down to the good pay dirt. What are we at now? 78%. Might need to move our digger forward a little bit just to try and get right down in this corner. So it'll be 100%. Yes, beautiful. Still got our headlights on for some reason. It's not dark, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So reverse back, tip off another load. I think this is load 5, I haven't actually been counting. Knowing me, I would have counted wrong anyway. Let's try and get straight under the bucket. There we go. We're getting fairly deep now in this corner, which is good. Hopefully we're going to get some good gold out of here. Oh, holding the wrong button in. The arm's starting to hit the ground, so we need to sort of dig out a little bit closer to us. Yeah, that'll move a little bit further backwards. Yeah, we'll try that. Can't even, there we go, get the bucket to move, can't see anything. I think that's really going to work with the way that I like to dig. I need to actually have a proper side-on view so I can see where I'm sort of digging to make it a little bit easier. If we're going to do that, I think we need to go around the, work out what button I'm pressing first, go around that other side and dig the other way. So let's go back this other way. That might be about where we were, roughly. We should have stayed in the spot that I was in, but we've moved now, so try and get back to it. So let's try and just fill us up a little bit more. Bucket down, lift us up a little bit. Gonna move forward again. There we go. That should be far enough, I hope. We're nearly 50%, 50 odd percent. Tip him in. Back under the bucket again. I really hate the way that these dump trucks drive, the articulated ones. I absolutely hate them. Straight back to this corner, see what we can get. We might need to move forward a little bit. try that. Not sure how it's going to go. That's probably much better. Oh, looks like we're nearly at the ground, hopefully. So we should be in the really good gold down here. This should be the 6 ounces cubic meter. Looks like we are actually on bedrock. We're part of that bucket. We're actually hitting bedrock, so definitely see bedrock there now. So we're right at the bottom. So this is where the gold's going to be. This is where we're going to make our riches. Might just grab a scoop from the top here somewhere. Get the bucket out. I know there's not much pay dirt there, so might as well just chuck a whole bucket on top. Go back down to the good part. There we go. Getting close to our first clean out. Nighthawk. Oh, I think I just shut it down. The Nighthawk claim. Still weird that our oil pressure is really low as well. I don't think we can change the oil filter or anything for the truck. Just jump on out. There's nothing. No, there's nothing there. I think there's a spot here we can open. Yeah, okay, there is. Maybe if we get a new one of those and stick that in there, that might make a difference. Same with the digger's got no oil pressure, so next time we're in town we can try it, I guess. Let's bring our camera around a little bit so we can see. Definitely hitting the bedrock. It's definitely where we want to be. So let's have a look. How deep? We're 395, aren't we? I think that's where we're at, 395. So drill depth 4.7 meters. So we're only going 4 meters. So for this one up here, like 16 meters. So we have to go a long way to get down to that. So I think that's why we're better off starting somewhere like this and then maybe move to the back later on, even with the loader, and try and dig like down a little bit. As you can see how deep the claim is. Like we can only dig this deep. There's not much. Probably can't dig much deeper, so we have to dig down like 3 times to get to where we need to be. To get the really good pay dirt on the back of the claim there. We're definitely in the gold though. So we're in a bad spot here. Trying to get another full bucket. 67%, 78. Definitely getting right to the bottom of this hole. We should see a very good clean out. Just making sure my arm is extended as far as it can go. Start working to get to the bottom of that part now. Jump out, jumping out, dumpy again. 77%, so we're not far off. A couple more truckloads. There we go, under the bucket. So where is the door we need to open here? To change the filter if we can. There, so it must be on top. Can we get up on here somewhere? There we go. It's exactly where we need to go to change that filter out. Might need to move the camera around a little bit so we can see where we're digging. Pretty much just about down to bedrock in this little part as well, so we should be in the good gold again. Pretty much just like digging a test hole. We already know where the gold is here. We'll slowly munch our way across towards the pickup. Try and get that corner down as well. That was a terrible bucket, or I took a little bit too much. Took a bit out of the dump truck as well as dropping some in. Might as well grab a little bit from the front again, as we did before. Go back down here and grab another good bucket. Jump out. We're nearly at 100%, I hope so. %. Drive back down. Grab another truckload and we'll reverse back up and then double check and make sure we're not at 100% before we start going to tip our full load in there, so we don't waste any gold at all. So we're not quite grabbing full bucket. It's me pressing the wrong buttons again. There we go. Keep your fingers in the right spot. A few more buckets and we should be able to get our first clean out. I did end up with minus $85,000 after we hit midnight, so I did go and take out a $100,000 loan just to get us back in the green. I didn't want to be in any debt, but unfortunately our worker that we had has now decided to no longer work for us because we run out of money again. I'm hoping we did pay him, but yeah, he's decided that no longer worth working for, which I'm fine with because we should be in the good gold now, so we don't really need him to help. Should be 100%. Grab one more bucket. Shut him down this time. I don't want to leave him running now because we're going to use a lot of fuel. Trying to enter. There we go. Jump up, that'll help. So before I tip this in, I'm going to jump out and have a look. I think we're pretty close. Yeah, 96, 99s, so not far off. Definitely want to tip it all in though, and then get ready to run and hit our E-stop. So get that fully lifted, shut him down. I'm going to jump out. Run around here. So 97s, 99s. Some hundreds there. Get a couple more in the middle, closer to 100. I'll be happier. There we go. That'll do. Let's run up now. Hit the stop button. We can turn on our wave table. Not that it matters at the moment because we're going to have to shut this down. Because when we do our clean out, we don't. Oh, might be on get our truck. Where is it? Over here. We don't want to have the water rushing down when we take our grills off because it will wash the gold away, which we have found out before. That'll do. Swing him into there. Grab these couple of buckets. So we'll keep these ones at the front so we know which ones they are. So the duplex jig ones are at the front and our clean out ones will be at the back. You can see our power cable. I had to stretch it out so it's unfortunately going through some things, so I'll have to buy an extension to sort of move that out of the way to make it look a little bit better. Trying to get this one. No, that's not the one I wanted, but it'll do. Put it back. Can we grab that one? There we go. So I'll dunk 4 in this one. Or should we dunk 3 and 3? How about we just go 3 and 3. I think 3 and 3 will be fine. That way you sort of get an even count out of both. Run back up. A couple more to dunk. And then hopefully we'll be rolling in the money, or rolling in the gold. Put our grills back on before we forget. Which I'd make it a little bit easier for us to actually get up, put in a bigger ladder and something that sort of runs right along the side of this at the same angle. Make it a little bit easier to jump up and down and grab the mats and stuff out. So we'll put our good buckets at the back and our duplex ones at the front. Starting back up, and we'll head up. Eventually, we'll get up this hill right next to our wave table. There you go, let's start our water up again. Oop, wrong side. There you go. Wave table processing, yep, let's grab the duplex jigs first. So 1 ounce. See what we get. Just gonna run this back around and throw it off the edge there. It's looking pretty good. So 10 ounces, 11, 12, wow, 13 ounces out of the duplex part. That's pretty good. Can't wait to see what we get out of the other ones. The mats that we need. Where's our other bucket? There it is. So whatever we get here, we'll take off 1.5 ounces, and that's what we've got out of the duplex jig. It's about 27 ounces, might as well say. Here comes our good buckets. Wow, look at that. Wow, it's gone up really, really quick. It's only 1 clean out. Huge amount of gold. Which I didn't have any doubt we're going to get the massive amount of gold, but whoop, there goes our bucket of water. Doesn't want to. Whoop, where did that go? Oh, there it is. Shot up into the sky. 92 ounces, so that was 65 ounces. Oh, go and get some water. It's 100 ounces. Just out of 1 cleanup. That is pretty good. 150 ounces. 155 minus 27, which is of course 130. It's 127 ounces. That is awesome. 127 ounces out of just 1 clean out. Let's run back up here and turn this off again. So that is pretty bloody good for Nighthawk claim. Oops, looks like we lifted the bonnet as well. So happy with that. 1 clean out, 154 ounces. That's only 1 hole. We've still got more to go. Like next to where we are, there's 1 more hole, and then once we get further down, there's going to be a massive area full of a huge amount of gold. Let's put that down. Let's grab these buckets out and chuck them down here so we know they're ready for the mats for our next clean out. Let's go and have a look at the hole that we've dug. So we're not even fully finished this square yet. We've already got 155 ounces out of it, so we've still got a little bit at the front here and a little bit at the back before we move on to the next square. So we go into our gold map. Where are we? 395. So it tells you the total gold. So we're still got a little bit left over. 5.5. This one here has got like 6.7, nearly 7 ounces per cube. So we know we need to get to this one, which is going to be great. So 800 ounces total gold out of this square. So we need to dig this out a little bit more, but it's not far off being finished. But all the way down to pay dirt, you can see, bedrock I should say, you can see how deep this claim actually is. So for us to get back to where we want to go back there, it's going to take us a lot of digging to actually get there. Cycle back through, jump out. So to get all the way down to just over this hill, we have to dig out this whole hill, sort of try and level this hill out, and then continue to dig down and down and down to get to the good pay dirt down there. Or we can just, which is probably going to be a waste of time, but just dig the whole way back, because these areas here have absolutely no gold in them at all. It's going to be an absolute waste of time. So we get back to all the way down here. These ones just have pretty much nothing. It's really these two squares here that we're going to need to dig out and hopefully grab some more gold. But 155 ounces is what, $170,000 for half a day's work. So, alrighty guys, we'll call it the end of the episode. So if you enjoyed it, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the amount of gold we've got. 155 ounces is great. There's still a little bit to dig out, as I said. And if you like the idea of buying this claim for $1 or not, leave it in the comment section, let me know. Obviously, it was going to take us a long time to get here if we didn't do it, so I'm still happy we did it. But you guys, let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell next to it to receive a notification every time I upload, so you don't miss a video or an episode of Gold Rush of the game. It's been Brito's Gaming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.